Buongiorno! Thanks for watching Doing Life with Jenny. Today we're talking about how I paid off my student loan. So the first thing you should know is that I attended Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. And at that time, tuition was around $2,500 per semester. And probably by the time I graduated, and for sure by the time I was working on my master's, it had raised to around $3,000 a semester. So basically, I didn't earn any scholarships. The one I did earn was for $200, so pretty much nothing, right? And it wasn't because I was dumb. Like, I did very well in school. I learned very quickly and easily. It was just because I didn't take the honors classes, and the honors classes help your GPA more so than a regular class, even if you earn an A in the regular classes. I just didn't see a need to take AP Calculus and honors chemistry if that had nothing to do with what I wanted to pursue in life. According to the government, my family was too poor to earn any kind of financial assistance. For those of you that are not familiar, FAFSA is a website that you visit every late winter, early spring, and you enter your family's financial information. You have to enter their W-2 information and see if you qualify for any financial assistance. Mind you, both of my parents finished high school. My mom eventually did finish her associate's degree, but my dad worked at a factory and my mom was a teacher's assistant. So apparently those jobs make too much money. So don't anticipate getting any help unless maybe it's a single parent household or you actually do live below the poverty line. Or maybe your family is well off but you have 20 siblings. I don't know. But it's very difficult to get financial assistance. So you may be thinking, Jenny, why didn't you just get a job and not take out the loans? Well, because things have changed drastically in the last, I'm not sure how many years, but within my parents' lifetime. For example, my uncle paid his way through college working part-time at JCPenney. More than covered his schooling. I worked at the same JCPenney actually, part-time, and that was just enough for gas and insurance. Cell phones had just become a thing at that time. Definitely not even close to paying part of the tuition. So I took out the student loans. Now let's make a few things clear. I did live at home during my undergrad, and then I did get married while in undergrad, and then moved in with my husband. We had an apartment. But otherwise, I was living at home, so I didn't have any of those kind of expenses. I'm lucky that my parents convinced me to stay in the area. Otherwise, oh my goodness, I can't imagine if I had to pay rent or room and board. That would be nuts. I also chose a career and a college that made sense together. Okay? I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I knew I was not going to be rich by being a teacher. So I didn't go to some school where my salary would never be able to pay off that tuition. Because too many times people choose, how should we not offend anyone? Choose, we'll just say it, an impractical career, and they do it at the most expensive university. They're like, oh, how am I going to pay off $100,000 in student loans? You're not, okay? So you have to think about what your salary will be, how much your tuition is, make sure the two make sense together. And why pay more here if this university offers the program that you need to get the job you want to get? Just saying. My loans started off with Sally Mae. Now, Sally Mae is a very, very evil woman. One day, I noticed that they stopped sending me my bill. So I called Sally Mae up and I said, hey Sally Mae, where's my bill? And she's like, it's in deferment. And I'm like, I didn't ask for it to be in deferment. She didn't say it, but I know she was thinking oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice so that we could collect the interest while you weren't making any payments. But no, I'm on to you, Sally Mae. I feel like there were a couple other issues with Sallie Mae, but one day they're like, oh, you're now with Navient. I think Navient bought out Sallie Mae, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not 100% sure how much my student loans were altogether. I just know the amount from when Navient took over Sallie Mae. So what was that amount? Took out about $20,000 in student loans total. I was able to pay cash for some of my masters because at that point I had already started my career. But yeah, 20,000 buckaroos. Not horrible compared to what a lot of people are paying, but that is a lot of money. So here is how I paid it off as quickly as possible. I always paid extra on the loan ever since I graduated, but at first it may have been like $20 extra or $10 extra, but always something a little extra. Then I don't know what it was. Oh, I know, the furnace and the AC went out. This was like 5 years ago. And so I got a part-time job at Penny's yet again to help cover that. And after I paid off the new AC and furnace, I'm like, well, that was kind of easy. How about I just keep working at Penny's and I get myself a roommate and I'm just going to knock these student loans out. So I did just that. I continued at Penny's. I had a roommate or two until those puppies were gone. So I was paying a minimum of $500 a month, but usually over $1,000 to get those puppies out. So last Christmas was 2020. So Christmas 2019, those babies were gone. When it was all said and done, I paid about $40,000. Why? If I only took out around $20,000 in loans? Because of the ridiculous interest. Okay? So, do everything you can to avoid the loans. Again, make sure your career makes sense with the college tuition. Play it safe out there, my friends, because you do not want to be 60 still paying on these. Okay? I even recommend maybe you don't go to college right away. Maybe you work full-time somewhere until you are able to pay cash. Maybe you go to a community college if they have the courses that you need to get you where you want to go. Okay? So be careful. Navient, Sallie Mae, those guys, they are out to get you. Watch your back. See you in the next video.